I would say 90% of everyone that's a professional wrestler grew up watching it, and it's something I always wanted to do. And I was 17, and I decided that it was time to make let's go for it. Rather not be 30 going what if.
One day I was at home, I was watching Sting versus Ric Flair before their big Clash of the Champion match, and I looked at it and said, "This is what I want to do." So I went up and told my mom, "Hey mom, I'm gonna be a pro wrestler." She's like, "Yeah, right. Go play." Lo and behold, here I am.
I was never a fan. I'd never even watched a day of wrestling until I had the idea that I wanted to be a wrestler. I was just sitting on the bed reading a book about feudal Japan when all of a sudden I had this overwhelming urge and I was like, oh my gosh, I should be a pro wrestler. So I started watching it on TV, going to matches, and I signed up.
I went to NYU to study acting professionally. I had to drop out. After I dropped out, I decided to join a wrestling school in Maryland called Bone Breakers. When their ring announcer left to join the police academy, the promoter at the time, Danny McDevitt, asked me, hey, do you want to try your hand at ring announcing? And the rest is history.
Back in 1998, after high school came to an end, I decided I always loved professional wrestling, and one night I saw ECW on television. I saw a guy 5'9" win the ECW championship. His name was Mikey Whipwreck, and ever since then I thought I could do it.
The house I work in is called High Functioning. It's known for people with mental disabilities. So basically, I'm there to help their needs. So it's basically a frat house. I hang out all day, but it is technically a job.
I'm married, I have 2 kids, 2 daughters. I went to college, I have my 4-year degree in accounting. I am a financial analyst for Vitamin Water.
I've been working in retail, to supplement my income in addition to doing, ring announcing.
I work for an environmental testing lab on the laboratory systems like that, so I pick up collect samples.
Growing up, my favorite wrestler that basically got me into wrestling was The Undertaker. And from there, it was Jake Roberts. Who at the time, I was so young I didn't realize how good he really was until I got into the business. But Raven, Vampiro, Great Muta, Undertaker, Vader, Van Bigelow. I like the darker guys, more than I have, not the clean babyface. So Hulk Hogan, Rick Steamboat, is that for me.
Anybody that went against Hulk Hogan, because I was loving the bad guys, and I hated good guys winning. But as I got a little older, some of my favorites, Mikey Whipwreck, because he was the same height as I was, and Rey Mysterio Jr. Anybody that was under 6 foot, I thought was the greatest thing because I was under 6 foot, and I was like, wow, I can actually do this. But one of my all-time favorites was Mick Foley. I mean, if you ever saw Hell in a Cell in 1998, you saw him flying off the cage, that's real. So to get your other question, is it real? Yeah, that's real. How do you fake a 20-foot drop onto a table? But I just like the guys that were larger than life. And Sergeant Slaughter in the 90s, I mean, I know it was edgy to root for Iraq, but I definitely love Sergeant Slaughter because it was just so real. That passion that he had, and people would just get so angry at him. I mean, that's what professional wrestling is all about. When you can get people to lose their mind in it and just get so angry and throw stuff and just be so passionate about it, that's what it's all about.